Hey, it's Nay. And welcome back to Nay's Little Garden and Home. Y'all, my onions have arrived. I did think they were gonna arrive closer to the end of the week. And it's the middle of the week. Not the end of the world. The only situation is I did order my soil. I'm just gonna call them and see if they'll deliver my soil a little earlier. But I ordered 20 bags of soil and they're just gonna deliver. The delivery was $30. Last year, I picked up about 20 to 25 bags of soil over the course of 4 or 5 weeks and had to keep getting 2 to 5 bags and then lifting them myself, and it was just a lot. And it got to the point where they told me, like, girl, we could have just delivered this for you. Like, you get them all. You want to get at least 10 bags, so it's worth it. And then you just deliver. It's $30. And I went, oh, okay. So I just today went in, and it was $400, $426, whatever. Right, plus the 36, the 30. So that for a little over $400. And I'm going to get 22 cubic square foot per bag, which should definitely fill up. We will see. But I do intend to go and also go pick up a couple bags of wood chips from another place and put them at the bottom. But yeah, I have slow down, Savannah. I have one 5x3 raised bed, one that will be, I think, 5x4. That will create my new small trellis, arch trellis. And then I have like 6 or 7 grow bags that I have to fill up. And then a 3x2 that I have to fill up. And these are all about like 12 inches to, I think, 15 inches off of the ground. So I will be able to fill those up. And then I need to top up all of my grow bags, my raised beds, and my green stalks that I already have that has soil in it. So you just top them up. The only one I won't be topping up is my 8x4 that I made out of the wood, because my carrots and my garlic are already growing in there. Now, the reason why I'm going to have them deliver a little early is because I have them delivering a week and a half from now. I don't want to hold on, no, 2 weeks from now. I don't want them to hold on, I don't want to hold on to these onions and not plant them for more than about 5 days, because I just don't want anything to fail on me. Now, what's good about Dixondale, we're going to look at these plants together, but from last year, what's good about them is they usually give you a few extras, so you can really sit there and pick the best looking ones. I did order more onions this year than I did last year, because I wanted more onions. I planted out more garlic than I did last year because I wanted more garlic. Before you plant, immediately remove the plants from the box. Keep them in a well-ventilated, cool location until you're able to plant. Do not put them in soil, water, or refrigerator. While the plants may appear dry, don't be alarmed. They're simply dormant. Don't worry if the roots and tips begin to dry out. The onions live off the bulb for approximately 3 weeks. Now, so with that being said, so they're saying technically I could wait the 2 weeks for my soil to be delivered. I'm just going to ask the people them to deliver it the end of next week, which is the beginning of April. Just to be safe, guys. I just can't be playing with nothing happening to these onions. I got 3 bunches of onions, and the more onion bunches you add, the cheaper each bunch becomes. So because I got 3 bunches, it was $10.70 per bunch. So let's talk about what I went ahead and purchased before we open this bag. So I got a red onion and I think a yellow onion. So the red onion, I like I like red onions. They don't last as long, so I only got 1 bunch of them. The 1 bunch is typically $16.70. So a minimum of 4 dozen is a bunch, right? So that's 48. You should get 48 onion plants minimum per bunch. So it's the red Zeppelin onion. That's the red onion that I got. It's a dark red, globe-shaped, slightly pungent, hybrid. I don't really care whether what type of hybrid or heirloom, whatever, when it comes to onions, because I'm not saving anything for any seed. I just needed to grow well, and I needed to store well. The size potential is 3 to 4 inches, which is a decent sized onion. And the storage potential is 6 to 8 months. If I harvest these, so the days to harvest is 100 to 110 days. So we're talking end of July, right? No, that's not true. I am planting these beginning of April to May, June. Oh no, I might. Don't blame me. Anyway, it won't, maybe not the end of July, but let's just say around July. Like at some point in July, they need to last me at least for the rest of the year, which is what it sounds like, right? 6 to 8 months. I am going to say whatever the highest amount of storage capacity of anything is, that is under perfect conditions, the most ideal conditions. So I would suggest personally that you do not assume the highest amount of storage capacity for anything. So I'm going to go with 6 months, right? Within 5 to 6 months, I will need to do something with these whatever leftover onions I have, to keep saving them for the remainder until as close as I can get to the next plant out. And eventually as close as I can get to the next actual harvest. That's the end goal, right? So that is, let's say the rest of July, August, September, October, November, December. So I have now succeeded, right, if everything goes according to plan, to have these for the proper amount of time that I'm reaching for before I would freeze them. Now, 48 times 3. There's going to be a lot of onions here. So my goal, my hope, is about 2 onions a week, and it should get me through 100% summer and fall, and then winter as much as possible, which is why I ordered so many. So they have it here. I'm going to show you. They've braided it. So what's going to probably happen is I'll attempt this for some of them, and then attempt just cutting them and putting them in a little bin for another and see how they store. But this is what they look like. Not only is it brilliantly colored throughout, but red Zeppelin onions will store up to 8 months. Red Zeppelin onions have the best store potential out of all of our long day sweet varieties. This long day hybrid onion plant produces large, round, richly dark red to purple onions with a slightly pungent flavor that would add attractive color to any dish. When left to fully mature, this onion would have intensely purplish range throughout. The red Zeppelin onion offers a balanced combination of flavor and shelf life. However, this onion will do much better in the northern portions of Long Days area since it is a late maturing variety. When allowed to fully mature, this onion will have intense red rings throughout. Now, the other thing I want to say is harvesting is going to be July. Does that mean I'm going to start eating these onions in July? Highly unlikely. There is a strong likelihood in June I will definitely pluck an onion 2 or 3 or 4 in advance and use them, because you do not need to wait till they get to the biggest capacity or as long as possible, right, to start consuming them. Why? You are letting them mature for storage purposes and, of course, helping it get to as big as possible. But if I want to try to use these more in a longer part of throughout the year, I would pick a couple early and use them rapidly, because I didn't let them mature, so they're going to go bad sooner than later. So anyway, the next one that I went ahead and ordered is one that I grew last year, which is the Patterson onion. I probably could go get one from downstairs. There's about 3 or 4 downstairs that I completely forgot about, and so they're like sprouting now. Anyway, these are yellow, gold shaped, slightly pungent, another hybrid. This is another 3 to 4 inch size potential, but the storage potential is 8 to 10 months. So what does that mean? That means that these should last me at that 8-month mark. We are talking about February. Yes, we are now discussing I'm having onions that I grew till February. That sounds, and that is until if I have extra, by February, we need to have chopped up some and put it in the freezer. Patterson is proving to be a successful variety. Patterson continues to provide the longest storage potential our varieties offer. This variety provides great potential, storage potential, firmness, large size potential, great uniformity, and high yield. This is basically looking like the onions you would get in the grocery store. These look so beautiful. These look really big, honestly. They look bigger than the red ones. But that looks fabulous. That is also something I've come to the realization. Typically, when it comes to trying to store stuff, the bigger it is, the longer it will store, like carrots and stuff like that. You want the bigger ones because they will store better. Let's open these up. There should be 3 bunches in here. Here are the onions. Now, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to open up a paper, take a couple paper towels, lay it on my table, cut this, and then lay these out so they don't rot from moisture. These roots actually look pretty good to me, which is why I don't want to wait 2 weeks. So I'm going to see if they'll deliver, not this coming Friday, but the following Friday instead of the Wednesday after that. And all will be well. Wow, look at this, beautiful. Last year, I think I grew 3 different varieties. So maybe I did end up having the same amount, but I didn't plant out the exact same amount that I'm going to plant out this year because I kind of just tossed some because I only needed a certain amount, but I wanted to grow multiple varieties. The problem with this whole multiple variety idea is that you are not going to remember which ones last 8 to 10 months and which ones last 5 to 6 months and which ones last 3 to 4 months. You're not going to. So the odds are you're going to end up accidentally using up a good amount of the 8 to 10 month ones and not enough of the 3 to 4 month ones or 3 to 5 month ones, whatever, 4 to 5 month. And then the 4 to 5 month ones are going to start getting soft and slimy. And that is absolutely disgusting. So I really don't feel like counting these, to be honest with you. Okay, this one's already broken. But these are quite big and healthy looking, and that's why they give you extra. Like this one is definitely broken. I highly doubt this is gonna do anything, but this is why they go ahead and give extras too, for just in case, for those type of situations. So if I say I plant out 40 from each bunch, that's what, 120. Let's say I don't plant out 8 from each. Yeah, so let's say 35 to 40 of them get planted out. That's gonna give me around the 100-120 onion range, which, if I'm using 1 to 2 onions a week, that actually can satiate me, I feel like, from June to June till February. That's 2 onions a week. Because I only really use a half an onion per time I'm cooking. So I'm kind of lowballing it. I probably could go through 3 onions, but let's just say we're working our way up there. I think the prime... Oh, yeah, no. Because then you have things like pasta that I wouldn't use onions for. Like, there's certain dishes I wouldn't go ahead and add an onion. So let's just say about 2, because then that would be about 4 different days of cooking with onions. And then the same with the garlic. So I don't remember exactly how many garlic I planted out there, but the garlic is looking good. It's about 60 garlic cloves out there, which is significantly more than I planted last year. Well, the year before. I planted garlic last year for this year, but you get what I'm saying. And that makes me very happy that it's... If I use 2 garlic cloves, like 2 of the garlic bulbs per week, that's going to give me about 30 weeks of garlic, which is pretty dang good. I mean, 30 weeks, what is there, 52 weeks in the year? That's more than half of the year that I would have garlic. Now, obviously, I would try, I'd probably freeze it at some point, and I think you can vacuum seal some of the garlic. I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do to make sure that it lasts me. My goal is spring, summer, whatever the remainder of the summer is that I harvest them, fall, and at least into December, right, which is the beginning of winter. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about today. I know that there's a lot of people that start onions from seed. I started onions from seed, not last year, the year before, whatever. And I got some onions, but they didn't grow as big as the onions I got from Dixondale Farms. And just the price of it, honestly, $10.20 for 48 onions. That to me is still significantly better, than what you would get in the like, even like price wise, it's still a good price, as well as, you know, you're going to be growing them pretty well, and Dixondale Farm also grows them pretty well. So anyway, thanks so much for watching this whole video. Don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button. Hopefully I see you in my next video. Bye bye.